Hey Zealots, it's Justin, and as you can see, I got 7-0 right next to me. My man Hassan. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
I appreciate you coming to the studio.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Happy to be here.
Yeah. So anyway, man, you're 7-0, man. That's amazing. I mean, you got to be the surprise of the year. Nobody saw this coming, but I know you've been planning this for many a year.
Well,
but we'll get to that. Let's first go with I got a dog. You look. You're 7-0. That's crazy. Right, let's go over these smashes and stuff before you and I get to yip yap.
it's amazing how I come up short because of success, but let's continue. I digress.
Anyway, so hey, look, we got the never say never, and of course that goes to this guy right here, Offer Makers, for eking it out by 5 points, but he did it. And then you got 4 smashers. The 4 smashers go to Crown Nation, the Bastards, the Gladiators,
Molly, baby,
and Knuckleheads. And the league high score, well, that went to the Knuckleheads. He scored 117, just like the Pharaohs, but the tiebreaker was based on Cam Newton scoring him 25 ridiculous points. So congratulations to these and all Week 7 winners. So how you feeling, man? Tell me what's going on.
Well, I can tell you this. I have been 2-5. I've been 3-4. I believe I've at one time been 1-6. And 7-0 feels a whole lot better than the rest of them.
I believe that. I believe that. Now we've had a slight change in score leaders.
Yes.
You've held that for many a week, hands down. And this week the high score goes to Mississippi Bullbacks, who beats you by 1 point.
1 point.
One point higher than you. But I mean, to your credit, this is really more about Tom Brady and Wes Welker being on byes last week than anything else. Well, would you agree, or do you see something different going on with your team?
I agree on one part, and the other part is, as you know, I've mentioned before, I believe part of that's due to the fact that a lot of us guys who are winning can't really get people off the waiver wire.
Yeah.
But once again, I digress.
That's one of the problems with success. We've heard that before, just about from every leader, every winner, every year. But I can appreciate that. But again, it's all about parity. You know, trying to create parity within the league. But this week, who are you going up against? You're going up against Bunker Hill, aren't you? Or is it the Mofos?
I'm going up against the Mofos.
Okay.
La Costa Nostra Mofos.
Yeah. And capital MOFOS exclamation. That's my man. And how you feeling about that game? But actually, the projections are kind of tight. I mean, as of right now, you still got to make 1 or 2 changes on your roster. But it's going to be a fairly close game. You're not used to things like that.
Oh, I have been for the last 3 weeks. I think, you know, because, you know, I can't get people off the waiver wires. But once again, I digress. You know, the Mofos are, you know, competitive. These bye weeks, you know, just tight, I think, for everybody. I looked overall at the scoring that's taking place in the bye weeks across the league.
Sure. And
the scoring is just down across the board because everyone's not at full strength. So even if you lose the game, or even if you win the game, mind you, you're not winning at the margins you were winning, or again, both teams aren't scoring as high as they were. Depending on who the winner or the loser was, doesn't matter.
Okay.
So everybody is fighting and struggling and scrapping to get points, and so I don't think this week is going to be any different. But I feel good about it.
Okay. All right. And let me see. The last thing. Well, before we get to that, is there anything you want to say quickly to the league? I try not to make these long videos. You know, we're used to yip yapping and taking up time, but people have short attention spans, so we need to keep that in mind. Anything you want to say to the league?
Well, first of all, I like to say, when I think of people, I believe the Zealot Nation is excluded from that. So I'm first going to say peace and love to the Zealot Nation. Definite peace and love to the Mali Empire, the only empire holding 3 rings, by the way. Now, I'll start off by saying that I do believe an adjustment needs to be made in the league, and one of those, I think, is that the point system. I believe the players should get the points that they've earned and that they deserve. I believe we should start putting a decimal point and giving increments of points to add up to 1 point, in the sense of If you have a player that's a punt returner, a running back, and he also receives out the backfield, let's say he gets 57 yards catching, he receives 89 yards rushing, and he gets 88 yards returning punts and kicks. If he's at 88, he only gets 8 points instead of 8.8. If he's receiving, it's 57 yards, he only gets 5 instead of 5.7. And if he was returning punts and kicks or running, and it's like 8.89, he only gets 8. Once again, potentially leaving 1.5 or 2 points on the board, or not on the board. And that, I think that needs to be addressed. A player should get what they earn. That's what I believe. If you rush for that amount of yards, if you court for that amount of yards, if you return punts and kicks for that amount of yards, you should get those yards.
All right, and then your next one? Is that
Well, I think I've made my point about the waiver wire and how it should be adjusted.
Okay.
But, once again, I digress.
Nice. Okay, all right. Did you get a chance to, I was looking at the smack board up there, and I see that Mississippi and the Gladiators have been going back and forth, and apparently I think they see each other in like week 10 or week 11, so that seems like it's looking to be a good matchup. I think it's titled Clean the Crap Up. But that's all good. That's going to make for a good game.
Well, once again, I still got to take my hat off to the Gladiators. And Molly.
He's a two-time winner.
And a two-time winner. And the only person holding 2 rings. The only owner holding 2 rings.
Right. His name's on the trophy twice. Go ahead.
Right. And it looks like the Mississippi Bullbacks, that expansion team is not playing like an expansion team.
I give you that. I give you that.
I must say, outside of playing better, they're talking and backing it up, and they have a creative marketing department.
Yeah, they do.
I am taking notes.
They do. And particularly the dancing cow head.
Right.
Just keeps moving forward and back like that. That was kind of funny.
And the Rydell helmets, I believe was a Rydell helmet he
has.
has.
And then his coach's name is Terror.
Yeah, Terror Bull. Yeah.
Get it?
Terror Bull.
Of course, the joke there is, you play Terror Bull, but he doesn't, right? He keeps scoring and winning, so nobody can really use that joke.
I'm sorry, before you go on, I want to make one comment about the NFL itself. I just want to say I really feel bad for Jason Campbell. That kid has had a very dark football cloud hanging over him the entire time he's been in the league.
Yeah. And
keep in mind, before Cam Newton, there was Jason Campbell at Auburn, and that backfield included Cadillac Williams and Brown and Jason Campbell. And there were spurts where they lost only 1 game and went undefeated, and the NC2As did not let them play for the national title. So he had that coming in, and since then he's had several coaches and several coordinators. And this year he was actually having a year to hang with the big boys, and he gets hurt.
Well, I don't know what his major was, but you might want to think about changing jobs.
He just might.
All right, Zealots, you good? Anything you wrapping up? All right, all right. Zealots, I appreciate y'all listening in. 7-0 right here next to me, taking up most of the screen. The screen really belongs to him. I should probably step. That's right. And so he's holding it down. But hey, no gang signs. Anyway, Zealots, we'll talk to you guys. We'll talk to you guys later. Hit me up if you need anything, and catch up with you guys later. Bye bye.
This is how we do. We make a move and act the fool while we up in the club. This is how we do. Nobody do it like we do it, so show us some love. This is how